But I do want to say something on the Niger coup, if I may. Obviously, we have a very worrying situation on the African continent, in particular in Niger and in Western Africa in general. That should be of concern to all of us. And we know that there was a coup d'etat which was staged in Niger on the 26th of the 7th month, so-called July. And that since then, there have been threats from ECOWAS to invade Niger to so-called restore democracy. So putting back in place the President Bazoum in his office of the office of the president. We understand that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea, who are presently governed by military juntas, have also pledged to unite in defense of Niger if ECOWAS was to invade. Their original date that they had set, by which time they were expecting the President Bazoum to be reinstated, was the 6th of Messiah, which was not done. But we understand from reports that 30,000 Nigerians came out on the streets to publicly protest their support of the military junta. That is noteworthy. What is also noteworthy are reports that some 78% of the population are in support of the military junta. And especially the fact that the military junta has taken anti-French position, having expelled the French from Niger. Last New Year Day, there was a demonstration outside the French embassy, which was attended by the Al-Keblan Revivalist movement. Although we got there, the time we got there was about 5:20 in the evening, because we understood that it finished at 6:30. So, but by the time we got there, most people had already left. But we did have the opportunity to meet with our brothers and sisters, some of the demonstrators who had remained, including some brothers from Niger with whom we had a good, healthy chat, and hopefully we're going to have them on Africa Speaks at some point in the not too distant future. I want to just state very quickly the position of the Al-Keblan Revivalist movement as the spiritual leader of the Al-Keblan Revivalist movement, given the present situation, that we as a movement stand in solidarity with the people of Niger, and in exercising their natural and informed will and right as a people to be free from French oppression and French imperialism. We want to make that abundantly clear. We equally want to make it abundantly clear that insofar as the army of Niger and the armies of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea are truly defending the will and sovereignty of the African people of their respective countries or of the region, and defending the integrity of our African land, we as a movement stand by the armies of Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea. And we urge other African nations to stand by these armies insofar as they are in defense of the sovereignty, the naturally informed will of the people and in defense of the integrity of our African land. We also want to make it clear that we stand by the rights of the people of Niger to demand the expulsion of France, the French army, and all French institutions and industries in Niger. We also want to make it abundantly clear that we condemn in the strongest possible terms any threat from ECOWAS to military invade Niger, funded and equipped by global white supremacist imperialist forces, to restore the French imperialist status quo in Niger. We would consider that to be an act of high treason on the part of ECOWAS and all of the countries who might be involved. We want to emphasize that to the best of our knowledge and to the best of our understanding, not an ounce of blood has been shed in this coup. The President Bazoum is still alive, as we understand, and no threat has been made against his life. In fact, we understand that he even has access to the outside world by way of his mobile phone, wherein he has been texting and speaking to the outside world. All the evidence suggests that he is being dealt with in a humane manner and being given latitude to communicate outside of Niger, which is very unusual for a coup of its type. There are no reports of any bloodshed taking place in Niger. And we do not understand why ECOWAS would be taking this militaristic view of the situation rather than engaging in diplomacy to resolve the issue to the best of its ability. Why would ECOWAS want to start bloodshed in Niger to reinstate French imperialism? Because that is what it would boil down to. Now, all of that said, let me also say very quickly that we do have some serious reservations, some of which we have already aired publicly. We believe it is important that we have some insight and knowledge and understanding of the profile and track records of the coup leaders and the senior army personnel involved in these coups. What are their track records? Do they have a history of progressive politics? Do we know them to be engaged, have a track record of engaging with the people, the masses of the people, in a meaningful way? The other concern, and I will round up after this, there are others, but these are important to highlight here, are our potential reliance on Russia for logistical support in defense of our land and in defense of our people as things stand at present. We do not want to find ourselves in a position where we are fighting Russia's war.
Sure.
And there's a real possibility that we could find ourselves in that position. We do not want to find Africa in the position where we are fighting another Cold War on behalf of Eastern and Western Europe. That is a real possibility. And then the issues of Africa are lost. Finally, what is the role of the United States of America in all of this? We are very, very concerned, and we need to get to the bottom of that. Let me leave it there for now, brothers and sisters. Tendai Mari.
Tendai Mari.